He's the highest ranked outfielder in the New York Mets minor league system. Let's talk about him right now. And welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm WatchUK99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. If you enjoy what you're watching and you're new, please like and subscribe. If you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate all your support. So today, we're going to continue our series, the Mets Prospect Profiles. We've done a bunch so far. If you go to the playlists on this channel, I've got every profile that I've done so far saved to a playlist, and I'm going to keep adding to that as the month of February continues. I got a few more left that I'm going to do, but today I want to talk about the number 4 ranked prospect in the Mets organization, and a guy who is starting to sneak into some of the top 100 prospect lists across all of Major League Baseball. It is outfielder Alex Ramirez. Alex Ramirez, 6'3", 170 pounds, a very tall, wiry guy. And he just turned 20 years old on January 13th. Bats righty, throws righty. Now let's talk a little bit about his history. So the Mets used their highest bonus of the 2019 and 20 international period on Ramirez. He was their prize signing. He was Major League Baseball Pipeline's number 26 ranked prospect in that class. They signed him for just over $2 million. Now, he's from the Dominican Republic, and I'll tell you, he has been moved incredibly aggressively. He went from instructional league play in 2020 to low-A St. Lucie in 2021 when he was only 18 years old. For an 18-year-old to be playing in actual single-A baseball, that is pretty darn good. Okay, so then in that 2021 season, he played 76 games. Now, these were his stats. He had 302 at-bats, batted .258, had a .710 on-base plus slugging, 15 doubles, 4 triples, 5 home runs, 16 stolen bases on 23 attempts, 23 walks, 104 strikeouts. So basically he struck out 1 out of every 3 plate appearances, but when he got on base, he was able to create a little bit of havoc. So then came the 2022 season, and he split his time between St. Lucie and High-A Brooklyn, New York, with the Cyclones. Now, he began the season in St. Lucie, and he beat up on the Florida State League, okay? 67 games, batted .284, 6 home runs, 17 steals on 26 attempts, 28 walks, and 68 strikeouts. Now, he was promoted on July 4th, on America's birthday, to Brooklyn, and was on Coney Island for the remainder of the year, enjoying the Toto's Pizza, the Nathan hot dogs, and riding the Cyclone, I would imagine. But he had .278 in 54 games, 5 home runs, 4 steals in 11 attempts, 16 walks, 54 strikeouts. So if we look at the totality of the 2022 season, here's what we have. .281 batting average, a .782 OPS in 121 games, 7 triples, 11 home runs, 21 steals on 37 attempts, and 44 walks to 122 strikeouts. Now, I've been mentioning the strikeouts quite a bit so far. Here's the most important thing to know, and this is the most positive trait that we've seen. He cut his strikeout rate from about 31% in 2021 to just 22% in 2022, while still moving up a level in competition. That has only strengthened the belief that he can hit enough to be a real impact player. Now, he does have a very sort of noisy, a lot of moving parts to his swing. Okay, he, especially with his hand movement, he does a lot of toe tapping. He may need to simplify it a little bit. Now, I'm going to read you a quote from Hughquattlebaum. You might remember him. He was briefly the Mets hitting coach. He's now the director of hitting development. Sounds like a very similar job, just a different title. But so this was a quote from Quattlebaum. He's got some unique movements in his swing, but it's probably too early to tell if they are going to be signature movements or things he might have to tweak over time. So they're still trying to figure out what his ideal swing is, to where he can still hit the ball hard, but cut down on his swings and misses. So this is a player whose swing is still, it's there. You can see the raw ability, but it's got to be fine-tuned a little bit. Now, Ramirez has incredible bat speed, and that's why he's been able to make this very aggressive approach work so well. Now, he hasn't really had problems handling hard pitches, hard fastballs, premium velocity. Here's the issue. He's been a little vulnerable on breaking pitches, especially down and away. I think of David Wright, God bless him. It felt like at the end of his career, you threw him sliders low and away, and he would just never, ever hit them. And right now, Ramirez is kind of in that same situation. Now, with the base running, you've probably heard me say that, he's stealing a lot of bases, but he seems to get caught a whole lot. So he's still learning how to read pitchers and, diagnose their movements to home plate. So Ramirez could definitely be a double-digit base stealer, but he has to learn how to handle it. His stolen base percentage so far is 56.7%. That's got to improve, okay? As opposed to Jet Williams, who we talked about on a previous show, who's around 80 to 90% right now. He's really got a handle on that. Hopefully Ramirez can do the same thing. Now, with his defense, so Ramirez has that very above-average speed and size, which helps him glide to fly balls in center field. When the Mets had Carlos Beltran, there were a lot of Mets fans who were accusing him of not playing hard enough because Beltran just made everything look so effortless. He didn't have to, sprint all out like, say a Jim Edmonds did. Beltran just made things look easy, and a lot of people mistook that as a lack of effort. Well, Ramirez can do the same thing because of those long strides that he has. So he can make those plays look effortless. He has a very strong arm. In fact, that is his top-rated ability. It's not his hitting. It's not his power. It's not his base running. It's not his fielding. It's his throwing. So that will also help him move to right field if needed. So the kid has great raw talent, no doubt about it, but he's still really learning how to play pro baseball. So I definitely think he starts in Brooklyn. I think he's going to spend the majority of the year there. There is a chance he can move up to Binghamton towards the end of the year if he can, make more contact, cut down on the strikeouts, figure out how to steal bases a little bit better. And I'll tell you another thing. With the dearth of outfielders that's in the Mets system right now, especially with Pete Crow Armstrong gone, I really think that Ramirez is 2 years away. Starling Marte he'll be a free agent after 2025. I could see Ramirez making an appearance in the big leagues in 2025 and hopefully be ready to take over a full-time spot in 2026. So those are my thoughts on Alex Ramirez. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Put them right below. Let me know if you have any thoughts, any questions. I'd love to hear it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you back here with more content from you know where, the Wicker Chair.